Sorry, some technical difficulties here. Gonna make sure this works. All right, there we go. Cool, cool, cool. Looks like it's up and running. Awesome. All right, here we go. Back in action. All right. Drake of the Four Winds. A lot of mounts I don't have. I don't feel like doing all this. Just head to the raid. Dope mount from the raid, right? Dope looking mount. Let's keep going. Excuse me. Oh, boys, oh, boys, oh, boys. Could have crossed all this. This is a fun little instance they added back in the day. Not too hard, not too easy, just right. So I think we run. I know we run a different way every time I'm in here, so I'll just sort of start running. Figure it out as we get there, huh? All right, we got one dude down. Run to the next guy. God. All right, and then we gotta get this final dude. Wins, dude. That's good. Oh, yeah, I get it from here, right? Easy kills, easy kills, easy kills, easy kills. Alrighty. Breezy Essence, 5 attempts. Nothing. Alright. There's only ever one. Yeah, difficulty here. Wait. Killed. Easy. Oh. No. This is such an awful fight. In terms of like trying to understand where you were. I got some new transmog, but nothing. Nothing worth equipping. Oh, I should clear my bags out. Shit. Damn it. Screwed up. All right, we need to hit old Ogrima to get rid of some stuff out of our bags for sure. All right, let's head that way. I guess we can do a Nixia and then we'll fly through Ogrima for the last piece. Doomwalker has come a knocking. Oh. I guess we can. Let's go try this in real quick. Uh-oh. Oh man, flying all around the old world. Good times, good times. Slowly but surely traverse across the land here. Oh man, these assaults were actually kind of fun. I don't know. It was a cool concept. Think PTR is coming out this week, Cryptic Elements? I do. We probably see PTR like Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe. Probably Wednesday. I mean, to be fair, they scheduled the book for like what, a March release date, right? So coming out in March. They normally take about 3 months on PTR. They gotta get it out now. Because they're gonna lose a couple weeks for holidays and stuff like that. So yeah, figure we see PTR probably Wednesday-ish. Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Just to give them enough time. Because what, calendar-wise? I don't know how to get to the calendar on this. But I think, we'll hit this button. Yeah, because it comes out this week. It basically gives them 2 full weeks. You know, this week, the end of this week. It's like 2 full weeks before like Christmas holidays hit. Right? Like the 20th of December, like that week. The 20th and 27th of December, those 2 weeks are basically dead weeks for most companies. So you'd expect, yeah, almost have to get it out this week if they want to actually see this thing out in March, which looks to be their current timing. So yeah, probably see PTR this week. Be fun. Test it a little bit. Get on there Wednesday. Hang out. So that'll be, I think that'll be the plan. So test out some of this interesting monk stuff that's coming. To be fair, funny enough, the coolest stuff I think that's coming is actually like the mount stuff that they're adding. Through like the cipher, the first ones where you can like collect materials from Xeris Mortith and make mounts. Some of the mounts look actually really cool. So it's literally what I'll spend most of my time doing. So, and like there's no like progression or power associated to it, so it just makes it like nice and easy. Oh, this guy's soloing this? Oh, duo. Well, let's kill this guy. Got nothing better to do. I think I've already killed him on this character, but there's like extra stuff you can drop, right? So, try and pull that up. Oh man, Pellegrino. Farm on all these mounts. Get ready for tomorrow's disappointing. Actually, do I have anything in my box tomorrow? I don't think I do, actually. Oh shit, I didn't do anything this week. Oh well. Missed raid because of Thanksgiving. 0 loot. Be a weeknight. Yeah, I think like based on what they've said, I think the systems end up probably being a little bit better than Korthia. Just because like there's no power associated with doing it. Like with Korthia and the Maw, like you felt like you had to do them, and like every day you didn't do something in those instances was like a day you particularly ended up being behind even more, right? Just based on like missing out on certain like materials or reps or updates or whatever it ended up being, right? So it just being like cosmetic stuff, I think hopefully makes a little bit better. It'll be the first time in a while where like they don't add a new zone in a patch and like there not be some level of power progression associated with it. So Blizzard's normally pretty good. Not pretty good, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, waiting for rares, and I think the thing there too, right, is like the reason you had to wait in a lot of cases was just because everyone was farming them, right? Like raiders were farming them to like get, you know, to, what are they, like the research items, right, to get that rep up, so you get sockets and all that type of stuff. So there was a lot of like additional people in the zone, and probably really some coordinated groups in the zone like doing that early on. I think with them removing a lot of that stuff, the zone sort of, I mean, maybe I have like a couple of rose-colored glasses on about this, but like you'd almost think like the raid or the zone should open up a little bit. So here's the hoping, but we'll. Oh shoot! I meant to. Fuck! I need to kill Onyxia. God damn it! Oh well, we'll do Gul'dan real quick. Get his mount and then go to the next one on Mythic, right? So, oh, cool. Not frozen. Everything's good. So, yeah, the waiting for rare stuff was like real bad. Like real bad. So, but yeah, hopefully this ends up being a little bit better. The whole like unlock thing with it being like very similar to like the Torghast unlock system too. Where like I was reading, there's like no cap on it. You can basically farm it out as much as you want, and like the upgrades you get basically let you do more in the zone. I think is a really cool system. Where like if you just want to no life it, so yeah, it'll hopefully be interesting. So. And even if it's not, even just a place to like get mounts and stuff like that, an interesting new zone, just to even explore a little bit. So. Korthia 2 had like I feel like Korthia 2 had a lot of stuff hidden in like some very obscure ways. Like the whole like rift system is the entrance, right? The whole like rift system in Korthia like felt like it was not very well explained. So like unless you read a lot of stuff outside of the game, like knowing you had to go and do rifts and like what doing a rift meant and what you do in that part of the zone was like super obscure. So hopefully I don't do another thing like that, because like I didn't know what, like the only reason I knew what rifts were was because I needed to know to get a mount. So to get the hand mount. So yeah, I feel like if you were just like a typical person who like not typical, but somebody who like just played the game to have a little bit of fun, didn't really read too much into it, you would like entirely miss that. So, oh man, sorry, I'm like just getting over a cold, so I need nose is fucking running. Go kill these two bosses. Oh man, yeah. But hopefully, I mean, hopefully it ends up being cool. I mean, I'm all for like WoW having some fun stuff to do, so. Yeah. There was some great, I mean, like, and to be fair, like the way to super boost your research like income was to do those things every day, was to like be inside the rifts and like doing the chests that are in there, and you sort of, yeah, you like left a lot of research on the table if you missed that a couple days in a row. So definitely not the best laid out zone Blizzard's ever done. So but like in typical Blizzard fashion, they'll overcorrect and end up going entirely in like the opposite direction. So we'll see what happens. This RP is so long. Jesus. This was a fun, dude. This was, it sucked. So the worst part about this raid, so I primarily played Mistweaver, right? But the worst part about this raid was that Mistweaver was so bad and the raid was actually so good. Like there is just so many good fights in this instance. Like, Croesus was a fucking blaster. Botanist was cool except phase 3, but phase 3 was fine except as a Mistweaver you couldn't use revival because you dispel the tank and kill everybody. Star Augur, absolutely awesome. What is it? Elisande, an okay fight. It was an okay fight, not too crazy but fun. And then Gul'dan was like arguably one of the best bosses in a while at the time. So Spellblade was cool. Anomaly was interesting. So yeah, this fight was like, this was like tons of bangers. But playing Mistweaver was rough. We'll tell you, very, very rough. AK not fun at all. So this is arguably like, this was second tier of Legion, right? I mean, Mistweaver sucked. Mistweaver really sucked. Mistweaver was god awful and I hated it, and then it got better. But I don't know, Mistweaver still kind of sucks. It's blasting right now, but it's only because like Fallen Order is fucking too good. Need to nerf that. I guess I can pop my buds. Do I care about what's going on here at all? Not really. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like, I don't know. I think the spec itself, like, a lot of people will point to, like, disliking the current version of Mistweaver just because, like, there was, like, original Mistweaver, particularly MOP Mistweaver, was, like, probably too good. Like, WAD Mistweaver probably is considered one of the best, I'd say, versions of the spec. And I mean, we'll see if Blizzard ever gets back there. Like, right now, like, I think Blizzard does this thing where they're so afraid, not afraid, but the way that they balance healers is so odd, where it's all based on HPS. And, like, if every healer brings the same amount of HPS, then it's the healers that bring extra things beyond just healing well to the raid that get brought, right? Like, it's simple, just, I'm not going to say math, but, like, if you have a healer, if you have two healers that do the same HPS and one healer also brings I don't know, like a speed boost on a fight where you need to run fast, then of course you're going to bring the healer that also brings a speed boost, like Shaman's and Windrush Totem, right? So I think at the end of the day, Blizzard needs to, like, be okay with healers doing, Holy Paladins. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, I mean, Holy Paladins is sort of the best example of that. But I think Blizzard needs to be okay with, like, a spec being, like, just insane, like, really good HPS, and another spec being not so good HPS, you know? And I think once they sort of get their heads around being okay with that, then, you know, I don't know. I think healer balance ends up being a little bit better. I mean, to be fair, healer balance isn't totally out of whack right now. It's, like, not great, but it's also not, like, the trash, like, not super bad the way I think a lot of people view it, so. I don't know. What is going on here? I'm trying to conserve cooldowns because I want to, like, blow up Illidan on the other side, but maybe that's not. Do I soak this? I forget. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't have a chance to play these raids, like, oh god. Like, this was some of the most fun I've had playing this game, were these raids. Like, it sucks too because, like, the past two raids, honestly, have been really, really bad. Like, even Toma Sargeras, which most people joke, it's like, Toma soak Garrus, and that's all you do is soak things all the time, is, like, was not as bad as this current tier in Sanctum. I don't know what's going on here. My health isn't moving though, so I think I'm okay. Yeah. Which is like, yeah, which has generally not been the case, like, in most former raids. Like, even like BFA raids, like, there's been a handful of bosses that have been good, you know? So. I mean, Kel'Thuzad's, like, I'll maintain Kel'Thuzad's probably the worst second to last boss that's ever been put in the game, which is saying something. So. And then you have like Stone Legion Generals is like just an extremely buggy, awful fight. So. Yeah, it's definitely... Blizzard has not been kind, have not like given their encounters like the best love lately. When typically the raids are like the best part about. We get it? No. Like raids are like the best part about the game, so they've definitely let themselves down there. I mean, they 100% missed the tuning on Guardians. Like Guardians and Fatescribe are also really. I mean, Kel'Thuzad as a second to last boss is laughable, but yeah, I mean you're also right. Like Guardian tuning was well off, and even Fatescribe and the fact that like you could just walk one direction was, you know, a joke. So. I mean, you won't see Blizzard. I think that's the only good part is like I mentioned, like Blizzard generally overcorrects pretty heavily in certain directions, and you can bet that like from Anduin on in the next raid, those bosses, like they're gonna have to tone them down as sort of like Echo and like Limit get to them, because those bosses are gonna be legitimately like really, really difficult. So, and potentially like somewhat overtuned. So I need to visit a bank. Throw some stuff in the bank. Which will be good for like World First race. It'll be good for like just the game in general, because I think the game's at its best when rating's at its best. So. Okay. And then for temporary storage, all this random ass crap in there. I should sell some of these. Jesus, what do I have? A lot. Maybe we sell them one day. Right now, I want to sell these though. Make another Shadestone and put it up in the auction house. Over here. So we need 2 of these guys. 2 of these guys. I almost always make ground nightshade for some reason. 2 of these guys. 5 of these guys. And 1 Shadestone. How much do you even go for anymore? No Korthite crystals like jumped up heavily. About a K each. Whoa, Shadestones. Love it. Oh, I have 398 of these. Do I just sell 98? I think we just sell 98. Uh-oh. I didn't think that one through at all. there's a hole in my bag. I don't like this. But I can put gear down here, can't I? I guess that's fine. I'll figure it out. Passwords don't want it to rain, so it's a great time. Yeah. That's you like really you hit the jackpot in terms of like some of the worst time to come back to raid. I guess it just fly down here from here, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean so you basically raided so the past 3 raids, so Nathria, Sanctum, and then you hit the final tier Nyalotha. Nyalotha wasn't terrible. Eternal Palace, I mean, this is one of the worst end bosses I've ever done. Like, if they ever put another line of sight fight in, I'm probably going to at least ask to be sat for the entirety of progression on that boss. Line of sight fights suck. But Nathria wasn't bad. Carapace wasn't too difficult. I disliked Nathria in general because I tanked this tier for my guild. So like my view is tainted by the fact that I did a role that I honestly hated. But I think it was probably fine. Zarlor was okay. Crucible was just weird. So even like, to be fair, you missed the golden age. Like, to be fair, like you literally started if you would have played Miss, man, it's literally like banger, 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 banger raid. Probably one of the best raids. Like these two back to back, like this time period of WoW, just oh. And then you got Heimal, okay, but then you get Foundry and HFC. That's like 4 years of the game, bar none. Oh, did I not discover something here? Ah, whatever, fuck it. I don't actually care. I mean, Miss was like really good. And just in terms of like, that'll be, I joke with some of my friends about this, but like, if they ever get to Miss in terms of like, what do they do? Like classic Miss or whatever. I'll probably quit retail to go back and just play that over and over again. Classic Miss is like one of the best times I think you can have, so. So. Yeah. All right, maybe I'll collect some of these areas of exploration real quick. Music's really loud in my ears. This is not that bad. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people would say it, but for me, it's still one of my favorite expansions. I mean, it's the first expansions Monks came in, so I'm probably slightly biased. Like, Monk's been really the only class I've played since then, so, but I think I think a lot of people say, like, class design wise, I mean, definitely raid wise, it's got 2 of the best ever, so, yeah. This was probably the most fun you could have had playing the game. Maybe not the most fun, but other than like, I mean, classic was still a lot of fun to play at the time. I'd say going back to classic sucks because it's just it's a very different time to play video games than back then. So like the idea of like persistent worlds, like WoW was the first MMO I played, so like I came from like playing like not Call of Duty, but playing like Counter-Strike and like Day Defeat in like those sort of first person shooter games on like and the way you like make friends with like you play on the same server over and over again. Like that's how you found people to play games with, right? Or you just played with your friends like in real life. So playing like in a persistent world was yeah, mana as like a DPS class. Like I played a warlock in classic and like running out of mana on fights. It's like you wouldn't even think about that as a DPS today. Like mana management is much more of like like a healer thing, but definitely a DPS thing back in the day. And then you'd have like what else was weird about it? You'd have God, used to troll people so bad. Like we used to like summon people. There's a super deep lake, or really it's like a hole in the ground full of water in Ungoro Crater. And like as Alliance, Ungoro Crater was like really hard to get to. So we used to summon people there. Like I'd be like, hey, free summons to Ungoro. And so me and my friends would summon people to the bottom of this lake. And we'd all have like underwater breathing on from like me playing a warlock. Watch these people drown to death. It was so good. It was so good. Such like, I don't know, kind of a rude thing to do, but yeah, I mean threat in classic was always such a weird construct that like threat was like an interesting gameplay mechanic back then. But it's clearly not, so. Oh shit. Oh, I got excited. Nothing. So we did this. Yeah, but I mean, I think it could still be in WoW. I think the biggest problem is just the way I think people play games nowadays. Like a lot of people play WoW, like you'll play like a Call of Duty season or maybe not Call of Duty specifically, but like a seasonal game. Like I think everything nowadays has a season associated to it. Like there's like a progression bar and you know, like WoW is just that nowadays. Like there's really nothing that's like interesting or fun or dumb you get up with get up to with your friends, right? So I think it's just a different time because like we never knew how to do any of this stuff. Like there wasn't like a Wowhead article on how to do everything in the game, right? Before it even comes out. So like just something that didn't exist back then. What is so I think I just want to do Ulduar. I think that's it. I think we'll head up to Ulduar. Run through that instance. Have a good time up there. But I want to hurt. Oh, we still have 8 minutes. Oh wait, I can Dalaran Hearth. Why did I just Dalaran Hearth? Or did I Garrison Hearth? Yeah, Garrison Hearth, right? Yeah. All right. Head back to Orgrimmar real quick. Take the different Dalaran portal to Crystal Song Forest and fly up that way. I don't actually have that many. I only have 282. I like I like farming raid mounts, as weird as that sounds. So like there's a lot of mounts that I know that I could easily get or purchase that like I just don't care. It's more of just like there's interesting mounts that I think look cool. So I think like the Gul'dan mounts look cool. Like I think this thing looks pretty sick. And then you have like of course like Ulduar. Like the Mim's head mount. It's really what I care about. But even like Throne of the Four Winds, right? Like I'm never gonna do Throne of Thunder for mounts because like it's just these just don't look interesting. So. Yeah. That and like, I mean, to be fair, like a lot of the raid mounts that I have, I've gotten like from the raid, like doing it, right? Like this is probably my favorite mount, the Warbear, just because can't get it anymore. Also, this was like the first sort of like challenge mode or achievement stuff I ever worked on or did. Like I got Invincible, which is cool. This mount is fucking sick looking. The Jaina mount. The Garrosh mount I ended up getting at the time, so. This I just got the other week after the fact. So. I don't know. I have the Jaina mount. Or the Sylvanas mount currently. This one actually looks kind of sweet. Looks cooler than I thought it would. I wasn't a fan when the previews came out, but Nightbane. So pretty dope mount. Get this into my favorites. I don't care about you either. I got this the first week. Get this out of my. Gotta clean it up, you know. It's such a weird model. Never understood this model. But yeah, I generally just farm like the raid mounts. Just because that's the most fun. Plus it's cool to go back because I mean I've been raiding since classic, right? Or vanilla, I guess, so it's cool to go back and like remember, I don't know, weird nostalgia stuff about these fights. So we are ready. This fight was so different and interesting where like your whole raid had to get like certain vehicles and I'd like work together as like a team, like their motorcycles pick people up, drop them to the other things, your siege tanks sort of did stuff. I don't know, I don't remember. To be fair, I don't actually remember how to do these fights. But they were cool at the time, if I remember. Alright, what am I doing? I need a speed burst. Yeah, I mean, this was like, I think they finally, was this the expansion they put all the tech in for it? I think this was the expansion they put the tech in to like let a player control the vehicle. So, yeah. Even like Winter Spring had it. And that other battleground that I don't think is a part of the thing anymore where like you siege and then defend. I don't remember the name of it. So, yeah, you're right. They did love their vehicles. It's like whenever Blizzard gets a shiny new toy, they put it in everything. So, which I always found funny. Everything reset. Oh no, come on. Yeah, I mean the old monks, so the old Mistweaver spec. Because to be fair, I know nothing. I think Windwalker is generally still a lot the same. They had a couple different things. Brewmaster, a little bit different, but generally the same. But Mistweaver used to have like, you used to basically have chi along with mana. So like you had abilities that cost chi and your abilities that cost mana. And generally speaking, like your mana using abilities built up chi, and then you use chi on like stronger abilities. So sort of like a almost like rogue combo points, kind of. But you didn't have unlimited energy. You were like limited by your mana somewhat. So yeah, it was a big like ebb and flow where like you use certain like DPS, maybe not DPS abilities, but certain abilities to generate chi, and then you'd use that chi to like heal for a lot or more. But yeah, I mean, like that was really cool. It was like a really cool dual system. It functioned a lot like Holy Power does for Holy Paladins today. Maybe a little bit more nuanced, a little bit somewhat more difficult to like, maybe not more difficult, but maybe just very similar. And yeah, you also had like DPS abilities that would put up short-term buffs. So like you'd want to DPS along with heal, so like you could keep those buffs up and running, and the buffs from your melee abilities made you do more healing. So it was very much a like melee attacking healer thing, the way it ended up working. So it was really cool. It was really fun to play that spec. And then in WoD, they took it a slightly different direction, but they gave us stances where you had like a mist weaving stance and a fist weaving stance, or a melee stance. And when you were in melee stance, you like couldn't heal as well, but you regenerated mana more, and like the damage you did translated to healing, right? And then when you were in like mist weaving spec, you healed a lot better, but like you couldn't regenerate mana as much. And so there was a little bit of stance dancing you could do with that. So it was a fun spec to play. Definitely a lot more engaging than it is now, but I think a lot of specs were back then, so I don't think it's specific to Mistweaver. But that's where the term like fist weaving comes in, and mistweaving was really based on like stances back then. I think nowadays people, like if you're, we always get in this debate, particularly in like the Peak Discord, and about like the use of the term, and like a lot of people who played back then sort of consider the current version like not really fist weaving. Like there's just the right way to play the spec and the wrong way to play the spec, I guess you could say. And but a lot of like the community will be like, oh, I only mistweave, I don't fistweave, and there's really no difference in the way you play. Like you either use your DPS abilities or you don't. Like the idea behind it isn't like mistweaving versus fistweaving anymore. So but yeah, Old Monk was a banger spec, man. Like if they literally just ported, I mean, I would say I think WoD Monk ends up being probably the better versions from back then, better than even than MOP Monk, but I'd take either one of them. If Blizzard was just like, here's the Old Monk specs back, go have fun, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just like you're classified as melee for almost any raid encounter, which, to be fair, in these raids has been less. Like Sludge Fist is probably the most egregious example, but like you're not targeted by ranged abilities, so why put yourself in range to potentially have to move more, do dumb things? Plus, I mean, Rising Mist is the best level 100 talent you can, or whatever 60 talent you can pick, so that requires you to be in melee to make use of punching and kicking people. So I don't know. I think a lot of it is just like, because the term meant something back in the day, people feel like it still means something today. And I've tried to like make the change in the Peak Discord, right? To like be like, look, fist weaving means this and it's not the same thing, so stop appropriating the term for like your use. But I mean people call it what they want to call it, so it is what it is. No. Oh, fuck. That was close. I almost did it without getting stunned. So it does. Pretty much every day somebody brings it up. I think June just posted a big thing about like the difference, but yeah. I don't know. People will call it what they want to call it. Like, I've pretty much resigned myself to like it always being a topic of debate, and people like want to say, well, fist weaving really means this, and you know, misweaving really means this, and like, I mean, it meant something back in the day. It means literally nothing. There's like the right way to play the spec and the wrong way, right? Like whatever you want to call the right way, like do that. Whatever you want to call the wrong way, don't do that. So. Oh man, do we get Mim's head today? That'd be so baller. I'd be so excited. That'll be the dream right now. Oh, Frey's in a good position too. Nice. Oh, what the? God, man, Freya was even a good fight. Everything in this grade was good. Everything. Actually, it's so much stuff over here. What did I spend 700 gold on? Posting? Jesus. Spark of imagination now. God, the best. Oh, God. They need to bring, like, as much as I like the, like, ease of just being on Mythic and fights being harder, like, I wish I wish you were still able to activate hard modes in this way. Which is like just run up and hit a big button. God. This is so funny. God. Another very good fight. I think my guild only killed this like once or twice back in the day. We never got one light once. Or sorry, 0 light. No, we never got 0 light. We only never did 1 light. So never got the really good items. Unfortunate. Fortunate. Man, I am getting sleepy. This might be a little stream tonight. I feel awful. Ugh. We have raid tomorrow night, so that'll be fun. That'll be a good time. My YouTube stream still up? I guess it is. I have to check. Yeah, I mean, I think they're just different too. Like, to be fair, like the fights today or like nowadays are like so much. I'm not gonna say like more interesting, but like they are more difficult. So like I think a lot of people, I'm not gonna say like have rose-colored glasses about this stuff, but like this is some of like the first time they ever saw this type of stuff, like a 3-phase fight with like different people, like bots and stuff like that. Like it's, I don't know. It's just, it's different. Like they never did anything like this before, so. Like nowadays you'll get like a fight like Argus where like you died and got resurrected, or like Jaina where like you traversed an icy sea, like the whole zone changed, right? Like Sylvanas, like you poured around. So I think the fights are cool and like their, maybe not their simplicity is the wrong word, but like I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Like that's just a function of them like making the, like allowing you to do that, right? Like that's just bad fight design. Um, because like you would hold DPS even back then, right, to do certain push timings, but it wasn't as like egregious now. I think the other thing too is like Morgan Day talked about this in his interview too, was the other thing too is like cooldowns right now are like so insanely strong. Like DPS cooldowns in particular. So it's like you almost want to hold damage to give cooldowns time to come off cooldown. And you can do that because the boss doesn't do anything. Excuse me. So like there's like incentive to hold damage, or you know, to do it because your cooldowns line up the next time through, which is, you know, what you want. So it's just, yeah, it's just one of those things. So. Just one of those things. Oh. Yeah, I mean, really, it's just boomkins. Not even Venthyr specifically. Just like, yeah, Venthyr and Nightfey boomkins, basically. Wait for their 3 minutes to be back up, right? Like, that's the goal. So, you do that, you're good to go. But yeah. This tier was definitely full of that stuff, which is like, and to be fair, like the reason that Blizzard ended up doing that was because last tier was like, it was so dependent on like global fight timers where like, if you didn't push or do stuff at a specific timing in the fight, then you are screwed. So we probably won't see much of that in the next tier, but we'll see. We'll see. This was a fucking fight. Yeah. Which can be good and bad. I mean, we'll see it. We'll see the goodness of it, hopefully this tier. And probably the badness of it the following tier. Fuck. Not even looking at it. Fuck. All right, do we get it here? Stop. Let me hit. Oh no. All right, zero light. I think raid difficulty matters, does it? Nothing. Sad. Oh, shucks. Damn it. That's what I meant to check. Did the monk article on tier sets get any additional feedback? Other than just a bunch of windwalkers saying this tier bonus sucks? Nope. Still windwalker stuff all over the place. Awesome. All right. I don't even know what to do now. Excuse me. The new Tempest Keep, I don't really care too much. Dragon Soul, I'm never doing that again. Taurus, we already got them out from. I think we're golden then. Shortest stream tonight. I just want to do a little bit of mount farming and then probably go to bed early. I feel like absolute crap. Still getting over a little bit of a cold. So, but yeah, Cryptic Elements, thanks for hanging out. I am, do you think that's your, let's see this question. Do you think the rune for the 4-piece will increase the healing of each individual hot take? Yeah, I think the way that we data mined it, or well, not the way that we data mined it, but the way that the effects were data mined was that as long as you basically get a buff when you're inside the rune that increases all healing, and it's basically any healing from the monk. So it's not going to increase like trinket healing. It more than likely will not increase fallen order healing either. Excuse me, but it will increase, hot ticks, any sort of individual casted spells, things like that. So you can actually I can pull it up real quick. Actually just reading it. You look at it this way, right? Where's my desktop? So if you look at the monk 4-piece, right? So basically it applies this this aura called Primordial Mending, which is really the buff that the rune would get. Looks like the rune's going to give you. And basically based on this, it's going to create an aura, right? And you're going to increase healing by 450 is what it says. So if you click one of the related spells, you can see that this 450 aura is applied to these monk spells. So you'll see like Enveloping's in there. Soothing, Rising, Enveloping Breath, Spell, Vivify. Where's Renewing? Renewing Mist. Sorry, I was looking for Renewing Mist. So yeah, it'll be everything. Right? Refreshing Jadewind. So the PvP abilities. So yeah, it'll increase everything, but from the monk, from you as the monk. So like what you won't see here are like these envelopings. This is rank 2. This is rank 1. So the initial hit and the other thing, and then like the hot effect, or no. This is the original spell. This is the Thunder Focus Teed version of it. So increased weapons of order healing. So yeah, the thing you won't see here though is Gust of Mist is on there, but like, yeah. Healing from the Necrolord abilities in here, and neither is the healing from Night Fae. And then your clothes are gonna get it. Excuse me. So yeah. So it'll be interesting once this comes out. This is really strong though. I mean, this will end up being fairly strong if they leave it. It'll be as well. It'll be as strong as the way they balance this number. So it all depends on how good 450 is. 450 is bad, the bonus will be bad. 450 is good, the bonus will be good. So that's basically how it breaks out. So the biggest, I mean, the other thing too is like a lot of people potentially complain that like you can't sit still in melee or you're not in melee. I mean, like I know that Abe worked on a test module from WoW Analyzer to like see just based on some just random logs, like what the healing potentially increase from something like this would be. And like in a lot of cases, you're not moving more than 10 yards away after using Thunder Focus Tea. A lot of your movement is like either scripted or is going to be like outside of, you know, it'll only be in like short bursts, right? Like think Sylvanas running from platform to platform, even Painsmith, like the intermission will be like the only time you're really moving greatly. So in those areas, right, just you got to be smart about when you use it, but you can still make use of it. So I think the bonus will be fine. I will tell you. So, but yeah, I think that is it for me tonight. So I'm gonna go do one or two more things and then probably sign off and fall asleep. So, I guess thank you for hanging out, and I am gonna go to bed. But you have a good rest of your night, good rest of your day, wherever you are, and thanks for chilling, guys. So we'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Well, my voice cracked. Well, that was awful. I need some water or something. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.